Hi everybody, my name is Mr. Nate. Welcome to our online class. Today we're going to be talking about the computer system. I know that a lot of you are just learning to use the computer system, and some of you already can use the computer system, but whatever level you find yourself, I always like to take our training from simple to complex. So in this class, I would want us to quickly look at what the computer system is and what makes up a computer system. What is a computer? A computer is a super electronic machine that accepts data, processes data, stores and produces useful information. Now, there are a lot for you to read actually, but I'm just going to take my time to just summarize all of this thing for you. Now, computer is an electronic machine. It means that it needs electricity to work. That is why today we have computers that use batteries, like our laptop computers, or desktop computers that need the electricity that we call NEPA today, PHCN. Now, without battery or the regular electricity that you know, your computer system cannot work. So computer system needs electricity before it can work. Now, another thing is that a computer system needs data to be able to work. It means that it can't work on its own. Somebody, a human being or a humanware, needs to input data into the computer system before the computer system can work. And what do we mean by data? Data represents your numbers, your sounds, your signs and symbols, your alphabet. All of these are data. And the computer system will need you to put in this data for the computer system to be able to convert it into something useful. So computer system takes this data from humanware or anybody that can use the computer system. Computer converts it into useful information, and then computer can now produce it in form of hard copy, which can be printed, which can be in form of sound, music, video. It can be in form of graphics. It can be in form of anything that you need. So that is the job of a computer. So the job of a computer is to receive raw file or raw data from human being and convert it into something beautiful, something useful. Now, the computer system has basic elements. So before we can say, oh, we have a computer system, there are some certain things that you must take into cognizance. You can see here we have different computer parts. You can see the printer, the monitor, CPU and all. But how do we say, or what makes up a computer system? There are three basic elements that makes up the computer system. These are hardware, software and humanware. Now, this basic element makes the computer system. The hardware refers to all the physical parts of the computer that you can see, like the keyboard, the mouse, the joystick, the scanner and all. Those are the physical parts of the computer system. Then we have the software. Now, before we talk about the software, let me dive deeper into what the hardware is all about. Now, if we are talking about hardware, we're talking about the physical parts of the computer, any computer part that you can see and touch, any computer part at all. In order to make it easy for you, we have grouped it into three major groups, and then this includes input devices, output devices and processing device. Input devices, output devices and processing device. There's another one I always like to add, but it's not on my slide though, but I like to add the storage devices too, because it's also a hardware, or they are also hardware, although most people will say they are computer accessories, but however you want to say, hardware includes input device, output device, processing device, input devices rather, output devices, processing device. Then I would like to also include the storage device, which I will talk about in our subsequent class. Now, so the input device represents all the computer parts that helps us to send information into the computer. For instance, the keyboard. Whenever you want to type or you want to produce a written document in the computer system, you need the keyboard to be able to type. The keyboard helps you to send your letters, your numbers, your signs and symbols into the computer system. Or you want to draw, or you want to trace, or you want to control the computer system, you need a mouse. So whatever you do from your mouse that is on the table that goes into the computer, it makes the mouse an input device. We have a scanner as well. If you have a document, hard copy document, you want your document, the hard copy document, to go into the computer. For instance, I have a textbook. Let me show you this. This is a textbook I'm sure some of you have seen. Now, I have the hard copy of this textbook, but I want this image into my computer system. I can put this image in my scanner, I scan, and then I send this into the computer system. It makes the scanner an input device because it helps to send hard copy document into the computer. Now we have light pen. We all use light pen whenever we play. We all use light pen to actually scribble on screens on our smart boards. I know some of us have smart boards in our school. That long pen that helps you to write on the electronic board is called the light pen. It helps to send information into the computer system. We have so many input devices that I might not be able to mention in this class. For example, other examples of input device include the joystick, the webcam, the microphone. All of those are input devices because they help us to send information into the computer system. And then we have output devices. These are the computer part that helps to bring out whatever you are doing on your computer system. For instance, your printer. By the time you finish typing a document, the printer can help you to bring the document out in paper form. That makes the printer an output device because it brings out document from the computer. We also have the monitor. The monitor is also an output device because it brings out all the things that you do on your computer system. So whatever you do, you see from the screen or from your projector, or from your monitor, that is bringing out what you are doing. So it makes all these parts that I have mentioned output device. Now, another one is the speakers. Speakers helps to bring sound from your computer system. There are so many other output devices. Because of time, we might not be able to mention all of these things. Now, don't forget, we are still talking about hardware, and we are referring to all the physical part of the computer system. Another thing I want to talk about is software. Software are the computer programs. So you buy a physical computer part, you need computer programs to make it work. So for instance, if I'm a teacher, I have some computer applications that I need to be able to deliver my teaching job effectively. If I am a doctor, the software I would need as a doctor is different from that which I would need as a teacher. If I am a music producer, the software I would need will be different from that of a banker. So every field of study have their own kind of software. So whenever you buy your computer system from the market, you buy the software that is necessary for your use. You don't just buy any software. There are millions of softwares out there on the internet or on in the software stores, but you don't have to buy all of the softwares. You only need to buy the ones that you need, and this is what helps the computer system to work for you. Now, they are not physical parts. You can't touch software. They can only be installed into the computer system. And then the last element of computer that I want to talk about here is the humanware. The humanware is the person that uses the computer system. So anybody that can use a computer just like you and I can be referred to as a humanware. Now, moving on my slide. Now, we've talked about the elements of computer. Now, let's talk about the uses of a computer. What is computer used for actually? Now, computer is used basically for communication. We have a lot of people using computer system to communicate from different parts of the world. We have different social media platforms, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, so many social media platforms that people use to communicate in different parts of the world. We also use computer system to communicate via email and all. We also use different platforms to communicate on the computer system, like doing video calls and so many. Sometimes the school sends letters home to the parents using email and all. This is using the computer system to communicate. Now, computer is also majorly used for entertainment. A lot of people go on the internet to watch videos. Some people go on the internet or go to the computer system to play game and to do a lot of things. So the computer system is a place where you find a lot of materials that can entertain you. A lot of people also use the computer system for doing research. In grade 3, we talked about using computer system to do research, and we learned how to do research online and offline. The computer system is also used for educational purposes. I see a lot of children learning nowadays using the computer system. So I can tell you that computer system covers, the use of computer system covers every sphere of the human life. As a human being, you need to communicate. Computer can help you to do that effectively. As a human being, you need to do research. Computer system can help you to do that effectively. As a human being, you need to learn. Computer system helps you to learn, and then you also need to do research. This is the reasons why we're teaching you to use the computer system in school today, because you need the computer system in this ever-changing world as you advance in life. So I would like to tell you that this class basically is to introduce you to the world of the computer system. In our subsequent class, I'll show you how to set up a desktop computer system, and then I'll show you a difference between the desktop and the laptop computer system before we advance to practical or hands-on session in this our training. I hope you had a great time learning today. In the next video, I will be showing us how to set up a computer system. I would also show us the difference between the laptop computer and the desktop computer system. And I'm sure that at the end of this class, we will be ready to dive into using the computer system. See you in a few minutes. Hi everybody, welcome to our online class. So today I'll be teaching us on setting up the computer system. As you can see here, I have my monitor, I have my mouse, I have the keyboard, I have the speaker, and then under my table here I have the system unit. I have the system unit under my table here. So this is on the floor because it is a tower system unit. So as a tower system unit is supposed to stand on the floor. No, we have desktop system unit as well. Usually desktop system unit, instead of putting them on the floor like this, we place them on the desk and then put the monitor on it. Now this is my laptop computer system. For my laptop computer, it is an all-in-one computer. I really don't need to do any setup here. I just need to turn on my system and then start to use, because this is all-in-one. But this is a desktop or a tower computer that needs you to connect all the physical parts together before it can work. So let's quickly go into setting up this computer system. So as you can see, I have all my computer parts and the accessories here. We'll just look at how to set everything up as we go. So here you can see my cables. I have all my cables here. This is the VGA cable. This VGA cable helps to connect the monitor to the system unit. I also have another cable here. It is called display cable. The display cable helps to also connect the monitor to the system unit. I also have the HDMI cable. It also helps to connect the monitor to the system unit. So these three cables that I just mentioned, you can use either of these cables. So VGA cable is the previous version. People are actually moving from using VGA cable to either HDMI or display cable right now, because this VGA cable is not as sharp as these other two cables. So if you are asking me which is the sharpest or which gives you the best images, I would tell you go for the display cable. The HDMI cable also gives you very, high definition images, but I would prefer to go with the display cable. I also have the power cable here. This helps me to connect the monitor to electricity. This helps me to connect the system unit to electricity. And here I have my extension box here. This helps me to connect all my computers to electricity. And then here I have the mouse and the keyboard. and then the system unit, and then the monitor here. Now all the computer parts, all the accessories are connected to the system unit because this is the most important part of the computer. So this is where the motherboard is. This is the father of all the computer parts. So how do we connect the computer system together? We do that from the back of the system unit. So I'm going to quickly turn the system unit for you to see. So I'm going to be using display cable for this. Now I have different ports here. I am going to be using the display ports for this connection. So here's my display port. I'll just locate the port that would work with the display cable. So I have successfully connected my display cable to the system unit. Now the next thing is to connect the next cable. I won't use the VGA anymore because I'm already using display cable. I also will not use HDMI anymore. The next is to connect my power cable to the system unit, which I will just do. I've connected my power cable to the system unit. Now I have connected these two cables. The next thing is I would like to connect my mouse. My mouse have a USB port. I'll connect my mouse to the system unit. The system unit has different USB ports. I have USB port 1, USB port 2, USB port 3, USB port 4, USB port 5, USB port 6. The reason I have several USB ports is because you can choose to connect as many as possible devices to your computer system. I want to connect my monitor. I want to connect my camera. I can use the USB port. I want to connect my phone. I could use the USB port. I want to connect a scanner. I can do that through the USB port. I want to connect a printer. I want to connect a speaker. I can do all of that using the USB port. So my mouse is connected. I also want to connect the keyboard. The keyboard also comes with a USB port. So you can see the USB cable. I'll connect to the USB port. I've connected my mouse. I've connected my keyboard to the computer system. Now I need to connect this also. So all I just need to do is to turn the back of my monitor here. And then you may not see the port very well until I turn it this way. So now I've turned it. The next thing I want to do is to connect my the display cable that I have connected to the system unit already. I'll gently connect to my monitor. Now I would have used the VGA, but I'm not using the VGA. I prefer to use display cable because it is sharper. Now I also want to connect the power cable to the monitor so that I can easily connect this to electricity. This is the power port here. I'll just connect this so easily. I've connected it. So all my computer parts have been connected. So I only connected the basic parts of the computer. We're not setting up the printer here. We're not setting up the speakers. We're just working with the basic parts of the computer system. Now my computer is ready to work. I could just pass it neatly, and then I plug this to the power source here, and then I could also turn this. So if not that I was actually showing us this, all of this cable, I'll prefer them to come from behind. But for the purpose of this class, all of my cables are, flying here and there. So please permit that for this video. So we're done, and the next thing I want to do is to connect this to, and then we're ready to work. You can see my computer system is ready. I just need to press the power button here, and then the computer system will work. Yes. So let's just give the computer system some time for the computer to boot. So you can see my computer is on, and my computer is already booting. So this is how to set up a computer system. You can see my computer system is all ready. So this is how to set up a computer system. Like I told you, you don't need to set up the laptop computer because it is actually an all-in-one computer system. I hope you've learned a lot from this lesson. I believe in your school or at home, if your mom or your dad or your ICT teacher tells you to set up a computer, I'm sure you'll be able to do that by yourself right about now. Thank you for watching this video. Bye for now.